Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermornings. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming to you over the airways on WNTF. Nevermind the Furthermore. Nevermind the Furthermore is brought to you with the love and support of our good friends from over at the Independent Creator Directory. That's indcd.org, your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest authors, artists, and musicians. We're also made possible with sales of The Simple Sword, The Fighting Axe, and The Simple Spear, all part of our ongoing series of Western martial arts manuals designed to help you go from having never handled the sword to teaching the art to others. We're also made possible by sales of Haints Hellfire. A dark secret has claimed 2 lives and is hunting an innocent child at the edge of the Appalachian Mountains. Only his aunt, a plucky reporter, her cameraman, and a very odd cat stand against the forces of darkness. Hello and happy October. Happy Leafy Moss. I'm still working on that Leafy Moss picture. We may drop into that. Today is, of course, going to be fun drawing time. That's right. It is fun drawing time. Our weekend. Wow. Our Wednesday morning show of art and inspiration where you guys get to have fun while I crank out the thumbnails and other things that will be needed for the coming week. I hope everyone is doing well. I certainly didn't just wake up like 3 minutes ago because my alarm clock didn't go off and ran screaming through the house. Absolutely not. No, I had like 10 minutes. It's fine. It's fine. But I've had a week where things have gone kind of interesting. And as it's continued, it has reached farcical levels. Yesterday, I did no small amount of shopping. Up to and including a large number of books that I got at Goodwill that will be very useful for Xander's education. So I had a lot of fun. Went out, I did the Walmart run, with him to pick up what we needed. Went out and did the Walmart run. Ended up getting swinging by Goodwill, spending too much, realizing this was a really bad time to spend too much. But that's okay. It is. Because, guys, I got some wonderful, wonderful inspiration for some stories I want to work on. I've made a lot of progress on Hanson Hellfire. I'd have to bring it up. In fact, let's do that. Give me just a second. Totally click the wrong link. And the second Hanson Hellfire, I haven't given you guys a word count accountability in quite a while. I am at 36,740 words into this book. I think I'm doing fairly well. For the first draft, I had one of those parts where a big chunk of the story came loose and went, here, work on me. To the point my fingers are actually quite sore from typing. But progress was made. Now, I did have a couple of amusing incidents. The most amusing one was, this is going to be targeted to our Lafayette audience, but I was coming up Sagamore, having hung up and done my Goodwill run, and it happened to be right around nightfall. But unfortunately, not quite as around nightfall as I thought. So I got to pull through, I don't know what the intersection is, but it's by the Walgreens and the Taco Bell. So if you know down that neck of the woods, other side of the river, usual stuff. Well, the trees and the exact angle of approach conspired to flash blind me. I have severe light sensitivity, and I have severe light sensitivity to, with astigmatism. So it's like it can turn into a real starburst fireworks show. But I rounded, because there was a slight corner, got it into the intersection, and whatever tree was blocking the sun that was setting suddenly wasn't anymore. And I had this little quadrant, well, not even quadrant, like 1/6 of my windshield that wasn't just blazing agony to squeeze on by. And I know I wasn't the only one, because you could have heard yakety sax playing or the Keystone Cops tune for the way all the cars were going, and people not really taking it well. So I got to duck and deal with that, which led to an unexpected Taco Bell visit, which was nice. It was nice. And me being out way too late. But I will tell you, I'm kind of wishing I had a dimmer switch for the light in here. It's actually quite, I'm still a little light sensitive today. So I pulled in, sat for like 15 minutes. It really is miraculous, because I pulled into that parking lot. I wasn't even fully aware of where I was, because all I could manage was seeing a chunk of the curb. So pulled into that parking lot, hung out till my eyes worked, talked to Mandy on the phone, ended up getting us Taco Bell, which I don't normally do. However, it was nice. But my outing day really kicked my can. So I went home and I couldn't sleep because I was exhausted, which, if you know, was up way too late. And I woke up today and my eyes are just trying to cross. They are not happy with me. So we're going to see how the show goes. It's okay. um, everything will either settle down or it'll be a shorter one. I suspect it'll settle down. It usually does. I do think I was being like telepathically messed with by Churro. Churro, if you're in the chat, let me know. Because I kept either churro is the next flavor to be in line with like pumpkin spice. Everywhere I went, it was uh, uh, just churro flavored things. Like I ended up sending an email, just a picture of this wall of churro flavored Kit Kats, going, "Yes, I get it. You want attention? Fine, dearie." So there's humor. Now that is okay, and the reason that is okay is today is the 1st of October, and the universe feels right. Got that autumnal, yes, please energy. Um, I desperately needed it. I desperately need this seasonal sense of right and justice. But it is also coinciding with the harvest out here, which is coinciding with the coyotes going nuts. And it's fun. It's fun. But most importantly, tonight, as it's October 1st, so Mandy's going to come home, and we're going to do whatever we end up doing. But then Mandy Zender and I are going to curl up somewhere, and we are going to crack open the book and start reading The Adventures of Snuff and his friends, quote unquote, in a night in lonesome October. And it's going to be delightful. Mirrors will have slitherers, games will be played. And the shadows will get just a little darker, but only for a little while, if we're lucky. And as we come into this beautiful fall season proper, as Walmart tries to uh, convince us to wear our Halloween suits, our Halloween costumes, while we eat our Thanksgiving meal under the Christmas tree, and I round the corner and I'm presented with She Who Shall Not Be Named, but does not want a lot for that holiday. Um, I'm going to have a good time. I've decided that I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to enjoy what I can, fully aware of current events, but why not? I mean, a lot of folks are very extra stressed out right now, and I understand, I respect, I acknowledge. It's nutty. But what we don't have to do is be overwrought, to be I don't want to say overly concerned, but there's only so much on our level we can do, and we should do that. We should definitely do what we can. But it's also vital that we simply take some time to enjoy what makes life great, folks. Read the scary stories, watch the spooky movies. Unfortunately, the fog has come off of Prime, so I'm going to have to try to track that down for my I say her name wrong, Adrian Barbadoh fix, and possibly I may have to look for broadcasts from a lonely radio station. I think that's what it's called. Um, Autumn Ivy's amazingly macabre radio program that she put up on Facebook. Really quite fun stuff. So I'm going to ask, what makes October, what makes spooky season for you? I mean, for Brian Rodman, it's not much different. Every season is spooky season, and um, aside from my, uh, oh look, they're selling jewelry and decor items I can get behind. I want to know what you guys do, not just for Halloween night itself, but what do you do for spooky season to really get into it? Are you guys the basic that I require my pumpkin spice latte? Hi BKM, love you. You know, I need my pumpkin spice. I need my UGG boots. It is Han Solo season. That's leggings and poofy shirt and poofier vest. Let's go. Is it I'm sorry, I was just thinking about a delightful lady I saw who was absolutely rocking some knee-high Converse boots. So like Chuck Taylor high tops, but you know, knee-high tops. Second highest pair of high tops. Second highest pair of Chucks I've ever seen. But really neat lady. What are you doing? I mean, do you get excited to hand out for trick or treat if you have it? Do you take part in parties? Are you a it's not Halloween until I've heard the Monster Mash? I mean, what brings you joy this season? And the youngins, I mean, I want to know what you're going to go as, what you're going to do. Unfortunately, the ultimate bit of this season will actually be con prep for me, but I have two conventions this month. I have LibraryCon, which is free at the Benton County Public Library. It looks like we're going to have a BCAN, possibly a Donna and Carl, a yours truly, of course, and a large table of Nerf that need to be sorted to be sold at frankly irrationally reasonable prices. But what's going to make your black little heart beat a little faster this year? Let's stick to the fun stuff. I want to know. And if you don't have something to look forward to, nothing big is going on, I can make some recommendations. First off, all across the board, there will be surprises on the Independent Creator Directory. Expect a lot of Halloween-themed shenaniganry. You can expect, of course, remember, you can curl up with a good book. I'm not saying Hanson Hellfire is a good book. I'm just saying you can curl up with it and spook yourself this Halloween season. You could even have to go out and deal with cryptid allegations, but I don't know what people are talking about. I just know that I should be messing with my computer stuff and quickly because, yeah, Joe, I'm going to do it. I'm doing it. Don't look at me like that. Joe, put down the stapler, Joe. Put down the stapler. Anyway, yes, I have to do a bunch of computer work for myself. I have to try once again to battle the epicness that is my office and the 3D printers. But I'm here for it. I'm feeling upstanding about it. It's going to be a good year. So, that all being said, I have to check one other thing because we do not. We have a Monday the 13th. Darn it. world's getting interesting. We're going to make it at least more fun. I'm hoping you can make it as interesting as you can. And I know that sounds a little redundant, but that's okay. We know everything comes straight off the top of my head. And the shot gas pour, this program is not actually planned, but is indeed completely free-form stream of thought, as most of my programs are. And if you didn't know that, you do now. But since I have a lot to do and not all the time in the world to do it in, I'm going to drop Joe's ad. We're going to blast through some of your comments, and then I'm going to do assorted artwork. If I can get done with the assorted artwork, I will go back to working on the Leafy Moss frame. And if you don't know what Leafy Moss is, it is the celebration of exchanging completely legally acquired ebooks for those of us who can't afford to give each other the books we would in hard copy. And that goes all the way through the 7th of November. Optimally, we are sharing things we have written ourselves and, critiquing and commenting and discussing. And if we happen to scare the pants off of each other, all the better. But where I know you can go to not have the megacorps scare the pants off of you and find actual creative content, I suggest this. Blessed is the bean bringer of life. Although I don't have on my coffee right now because I didn't have time to set it up. I've been doing cold brews. It's working remarkably well. And my redneck coffee maker has been working really well too. We do have a coffee maker, and it needs to be cleaned out because we have minerals in our water. So every so often you have to clean out the coffee maker. But I've just taken to putting the coffee grounds in water in a big old pitcher, throwing it in the fridge, letting it sit overnight, and then pouring it into this contraption, which is a quart mason jar, actually a ball jar, who can afford mason, with one of the rings, the rings that thread on, and a paper coffee filter held on by the ring, and then you just slowly pour the stuff in. It filters out, and it drips. And you do that in front of yourself while you're watching a TV show, and after a while, you have a very nice, very strong base coffee that you then pour into the, usually another ball jar, to mix up and make really delightful coffees. There's a store in Fowler called Our Family Tree. It is a branch off of Mary's Emporium over in Watsika. And we get slightly out of date coffee or approaching out of date coffee at monstrously cheap prices compared to the world at large. And just really, it's a nice way to do things. So I've been making different coffee drinks. Now, I'm going to give you a secret. I may have mentioned it, I may not have, but I'll probably be mixing up one of these a little later. I have a love and a history of loving the either the gas station cappuccinos or the cappuccinos you would get out of the vending machine that looks like it comes from the 70s. That's, the ones where the paper cups have the card on the bottom. It'll have like an ace of spades or something just written, just the suit. And you can play high card with your friends. This was college stuff, but getting the right consistency has been tricky because normally you have to use a lot of sugar to get it to be thick enough. But I have found, believe it or not, we got during the battle days a bunch of this dehydrated peanut butter. And as long as it's kept dry, it's dehydrated, it's pretty good. But did leave us, what do we do with all this dehydrated peanut butter? Because it's like peanut butter powder, the kind of stuff they sell hikers because it's ultra lightweight but nutritive. I've taken to putting a little bit of that in my coffee with like either Full Bird Quick or the low sugar Quick, and then sweetener, and then I think it's almond milk, because around here we don't drink a lot of actual milk, and I can't even go through a whole half gallon by myself. So, but you make your coffee up like that, and it's really good, and it gives it a almost Reese's peanut buttery feeling. It's very good. I recommend it. But I am about 64 comments behind, so let's go through that. I also want to comment that I saw a huge coyote yesterday, and while that doesn't, affect anybody else, seeing one that big always makes me go, and that's why I'm careful when I go outside. So first through the door is Dan Hollifield. Good morning, Dan. Talking about Dan's accomplishments, if you don't know him, could be a whole program. It has been a whole program, I'm pretty sure. Author, innovator, musical savant, old god of Appalachia himself. Good morning, Mr. Hollifield. And my goodness, it's Arctic outside, 67 degrees. I may need to put on a shirt. It is a balmy 63 here, allegedly. I'm wearing the long sleeve in my office because I have to do repairs to my weather control rig over here. 47 here. Hi, Foxy. And hi, Foxy. How you doing? I hope you're getting into mischief. Really, I hope you're just absolutely being ungovernable this morning. Hi, Foxy. Hey, Dan. Feeling better this morning? Took more stuff to the freezer in my fridge, from the freezer to my fridge in the barn. Not going to keep them from thawing, but I do get to have fish and chips again today. LOL. Hey, silver linings. Hey, Foxy and Dan. And Dan continues, depression is real and crushing. Foxy, I don't often experience, but when I do, it's horrible. On the other hand, it does give me insight to the struggles of bipolar people. Depression is something I will never joke about someone else's, and I will readily joke about my own as a means of respect and asserting dominance in the latter category. Uh, it is a dangerous thing. If you are having difficulty, don't hesitate to reach out to folks. Okay? Depression is a wily adversary. I've been fighting him since my early teens. Yeah. Yesterday, it was as if Aunt Donna refused to speak to me because my shirt was the wrong color. Intimately acquainted with that feeling, and I am so sorry that you are going through that, Dan. Aunt Donna would never do that, sweetie. Aw, that is a wonderful way to come onto the program today. Aunt Donna, good morning, everyone, says Carl Witzman. I was almost late watching another old codger putting up shortwave antenna on another channel. Shenanigans, even for the old. Indeed. Old guys like to post videos and everyone argues about wording, antenna length, antenna height, etc. Keeps them out of their wives' hair. Oh, no, I fully understand this. I am seriously contemplating getting into the world of solar energy properly. I want to have off-grid support in case the grid gets funky, because we're living in a world where it could. Speaking of old guy things, as an old guy, I am fond of tools. I bought myself a tool in my travels. I don't do it often, but it's this. This is probably one of the coolest chisels I have ever seen, because occasionally I do woodworking, especially as it gets colder. It becomes a almost an obsession that I feel the need to be crafty this time of year, leading into November, ahead of Christmas. But I've been meaning to get myself a chisel. My old set got dorked up in the move. And this particular chisel is a 1-inch chisel. Very nice for making grooves for slot and grooving things. Has a good strike plate, but this has a feature I've never seen in a chisel, and I am trying to get used to doing it. There we go. I can see which way. You see how that opened up? It is rigged like a butterfly knife. The hardest things with chisels is how you carry them around. This is delightful. And Marples is a good brand. The Irwin Marples chisels are good chisels. So I look forward to playing with this. And, just seeing if I can't make some slot together, groove together stuff as a reward when I get done with my work, but only after I get done with my work. That's like $6, which amused me to no end. So, very nifty tool. I like to review things and talk about them and, let you guys see. And I think that's something a few of you might actually appreciate. Old guys have interesting takes on things. Have to risk a third cup of coffee, but Lynn has bought a milder blend. So that's what I'll go for. Tastes like a honey bun. Ooh. And yes, if it's the acidity that bothers you, they do sell lower acid coffee. It's also what you pair it with, because sometimes you need, if you're drinking your coffee, to have something to eat as a base for it. And I look forward to having my coffee. I know I got completely off caffeine, but it's the time of year where I want my coffee, darn it. Careful, Dan. Might almost make coffee palatable. Indeed, Dan with a third cup, more shenanigans. It's a trap. I don't want to risk it, but sobriety is needed this morning. Indeed. And I'm always going to be pro-sobriety. Gets into Conjuring pose for Don and Trey. Anyone got a photo of an orange cat and some yarn? I do, but I thought Trey had some kind of educational thing today. And hey, Witzman dude. And may your tummy be blessed with understanding. All righty then. Thank you. Filled up Donna's coffee, so we're good to go. Glad to hear that. And I have some yarn fritters she made. Will that work? Uh-oh. Doom Bunny's gone again. Oh, no, he's not. He's hiding. Ha-ha! Here you go. I am only doing this in the hopes that it will summon Dawn later on. Okay, Doom Bunny, get your back up. Yeah, let's go. Okay. Doom Bunny butt. Doom Bunny butt. Doom Bunny butt. There you go. Dawn, I did Doom Bunny twerking for you. I really need to find a way to just wear my little Doom Bunny dude. I love Doom Bunny. He has been my mascot since like the 90s. People people do not understand the glory that is the Doom Bunny militia. I love how I drop keywords completely out of context, and it always plays with my algorithms, because I'll just say something like that and it will be pitting. Oh, hello, Agent Smith. How are you today? Sure, Foxy. I have a big bag of almonds for Dawn. Dawn and Trey, get over here. And Joey says, and hey, Joe, how are you? I haven't gotten to talk to Joe in a while. He's been busy. Hi, Joe. Trey is currently taking a test for utility coordination certificate. So, utility coordination certification. She'll be here. She'll be in a bit. Well, I wish her the absolute best. It reminds me, among the books I got was integrating information into engineering processes, which sounds bizarre, and I may have dyslexiated it a bit, but it's basically translating the dialect my dad taught me to speak in to being able to be processed by the most base and loathsome of all creatures, uninformed middle management. Note I said uninformed because there is good middle management. It does exist. But a fascinating book, and it's so nice to see flowcharts again. I think in flowcharts. I love flowcharts. So yes, and as for utility coordination, I have no doubt that she'll excel. Fair. My dorm fridge is so full of food from our newly dead fridge that I may have to put any more I buy straight in the barn. That would suck. Yes, if you're local, I would let you borrow my dorm fridge that's currently out on my porch because I am a neck of the red. And honestly, I don't have a place to put it right now. But hi, Joe. I think she only has about 2 minutes left to complete the test. She is just about done, though. May the force be with her. Good morning, Foxy. The other day, I got up late, 7:30 a.m. Nobody noticed that I had not captured a Munzie yet. You'd think my Munzie clan would have panicked. I actually got this morning and made breakfast baking. Ooh. Joe, good luck. And good morning. And we got greetings. And we have, wow, Foxy Nice. Hey, Joe. I might bake if I can get things cleaned up to do it. You guys give me the best ideas. Whether I will eat any of it yet is up for debate. Dan, did you say the fridge died? Can't remember if I cried when I read about this widowed bride. Touched me somewhere deep inside the day Dan's fridge died. Anyway, Botrex has correctly joined the channel. All right, Botrex. It did, and it's too new for that. And morning, Dawn. Art, my dear, how are you? It's a shame you're going to be busy because the 31st through the 2nd, yours truly will be visiting Piatone, Illinois, which puts me significantly closer to you and yours. Don't forget to like and share, folks. Hey, Dawn. And hey, Nick. Hey, Donna. You gonna get spooky? You can have yourself a good old time. I hope so. And folks, don't forget to like and share, folks. I know you're subscribed. I have faith. I have faith at the heart. Dawn! Yes, the fridge is only 11 months old, still under manufacturer's warranty, but that means they will not be in a hurry to come and repair it. I found Leafy Moss link, finally. I put D.B. Cooper short story there last year. You need to write more, I guess. Indeed. And if you're regulars and you don't have the Leafy Moss link, reach out. I will happily provide it. If storage becomes a problem, I have things in there I can scooch around. Unfortunately, and I do need to apologize for the insanity of the Leafy Moss folder, going through Google Drive makes adding folders to folders an absolute beast when it comes to permissions. So last week, Lynn wanted to go do a large grocery shop. This week, we are glad we both slept in that day. Oh, I bet. There, breakfast thing out of the oven. Now it's got cool before I cut it. Ooh, well, descriptions, dear. That's good, Dad. Accountability. Trying to leave my pity party about the lack of healing on my incision and start prepping for Halocon and total knee replacement. Yes, but take it easy. Thesis is a lucky man. He is. And hey, Birdcage, glad to see it. And we will be, once I get through a bunch of this chattery, we're going to hop over and do some live art. Hi, Birdcage as well. Raspberry braided dessert bread. Oh my, you got this done. And yes, only through very few foods from the freezer. What? I don't know, and I will not ask. Lynn's decision, so I do not interfere. Smart man. Hey, Bird. And I know how to keep a woman happy, and most of that is letting her do whatever she wills, whenever she wills. My phone won't read my fingerprint because my fingers are cold and shriveled. That is a problem I have quite often with, they don't have to be cold and shriveled. It's just the neuropathy. Good morning to everyone and happy hump day to all. Happy hump day, Chris. I hope you are doing well. We are skating our way through the week. Foxy, I trained my phone to recognize my face, but I scowled during the process. Now I have to scowl to open it. That's probably wise. Although, and please check this, I will never use facial recognition or thumbprints because there recently has been a post that if you have that in the course of a stop, the police can, without warrant or permission, forcibly put your thumb on a screen to unlock it. Now, I'm not doing anything shady. I just don't like that. So I use a PIN number because they have to ask you for the PIN and you don't have to necessarily give it to them. Hey, Chris, LOL. I'm not sure. I'm sure that's too hard to manage. Are blessed, cursed little pocket machines. Oh, okay. And yes, I'm getting all sorts of messages. Don't you want to update? We have the latest AI programming. I'm like, no, I want it to work. Give me one with a stretch out antenna so I can actually get signal. Cat is protesting because the middle of the food bowl is visible. I mean, I need sirens. I don't think I have sirens. But the food bowl's empty. Indeed. The terror, the horror. Speaking of aspects that will chill your soul. Okay. Uh, let's see. Where was I? Let's see. I imagine a Joe Dog joke, and that makes me scowl. Well, cat, indeed. LOL, Carl. Good one, Carl. Now she's deigning to eat from the edges of the bowl. What a blessing. Halicon is only 30 days away, and I look forward to seeing all of you who are able to attend. Indeed. Woohoo! Oh, bugger, I'll have to drive for hours again. Okay, y'all are worth it. Double joy, because there is a huge new cigar store on the way back from Halicon. By the way, speaking of cigar store related things, at StompCon, so, the necessary StompCon, Carl Witzman dropped off a bunch of cigar boxes with me, which I'm delighted to have. But among the usual shapes, he brought me these hexagonal, it's honey something. They're like coated pressboard or something. However, magnetic closure, really neat looking. If I open that thing up and I shove my phone in there with the little flap over the power plug open, that is one of the best resonant speakers I have ever had. It works really well, and I wanted to thank you because I use that. I think of Carl and Donna every time I do. And woohoo! Okay, oh bugger, I have to drop. Okay, we did that. Double joy on the way back from Halicon. Triple joy because we visit my sister and brother-in-law on the way down. Cool. What makes October into spooky season? Ray Bradbury. Yeah. My problem is of late, certain Ray Bradbury books involving the word Fahrenheit have been making every season a little spooky of late. I took yesterday off and didn't do much Halicon related stuff. I wanted to enjoy my birthday and relax. Well, happy birthday, good sir. I was out shopping and running, so I didn't get to check my birthday announcement things. Happy birthday, Chris, Carl. I do need to reread Keith Kauflammer's House in November, too. Ooh. It's a great pumpkin, Charlie Brown. That's necessary for whenever we carve pumpkins. We have to have, and we usually do, we carve pumpkins. It's a great pumpkin, Charlie Brown running. It's just a necessity. Like, okay, the Halloween movie list that must be observed. Of course, I have to watch Halloween, preferably on Halloween night. I have to watch The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, House on Haunted Hill. I prefer the classic Bela Lugosi Dracula. Although I almost Dracula the Wolfman. But my brain was actually stuttering over which is more scary. And the Wolfman's got some layers to it. Basically, your universal classic monsters. There are a few other movies that have to be watched. I just have to have them categorized by Xander safe, not Xander safe, not human safe, But yeah, I need a good monster movie fix pretty much all month long. Oh, the first Hocus Pocus, because the second Hocus Pocus never happened. But yes, Keith, typo demons, I'm caffeinated. Be gone! And thank you, Foxy. And decorations, candy, certain movies and TV shows, and other typical. Okay. My solar power banks are now 93% full for the barn. LOL, we're getting 200 even though we have a hurricane nearby. Good luck and, God bless. Go ahead and say this for Nick's sake. Time lapse. Nothing like fresh pastry in the morning. 93 means the barn still has 10 kilowatts available for the fridge out there. Squee! And tease Foxy. I am, just ask Thesis. And I don't know if I did or not, but with Dawn in the chat, we have to show off her fanciful felines. Ooh, petition for Dawn to go dressed as Georgette for Halloween this year. Any other takers? Anyone else thinking that Dawn needs to dress up as Georgette the cat for Halloween this year at HoloCon? And yes, I am. Just ask Thesis. Can't wait for creatives to play tonight. I'm looking forward to it. Cold brew coffee. Love it. Also, turned out pretty well. Eating my last Rice Krispie treat. Need to buy some more pastries and stuff soon. For your pleasure. Ted caught Georgette and Buddy cuddling in my clothes last night. After they came upstairs, my clothes are in the basement, she gave them a bath. Aw. I think they are truly becoming bonded. How cute. Aw. A very large puppy in my office. Very large pupper begging for breakfast. Inigo has grown to around 60 pounds from the 28. Well, that's good. Kimber's about 200 pounds. Proper dog. Starbucks ain't got nothing on Nick. Oh. Well, my problem is, and this is not meant as sacrilege, but Starbucks tends to burn their coffee. Goodness, Monster Pup. Still, Indigo would probably love to meet. Good morning, Cat. How are you? She's so gentle with her toys and with all the cats, but she's tall as a deer. Nick, an old guy? Not yet. I've been considered an old guy most of my life. I've had old guy tendencies. I just embrace it. I'm okay with it. Hey, Carl. Old guy, am I being called out? Indigo, not gentle. He is destructo. It happens. And hey, a cat. And what absolutely gorgeous Father's Day outside. It was quite lovely yesterday. A bit too warm for my taste. I am ready for the leaves to change. But hi, Dad. Sounds like this old guy Dale keeping old gal Viv out of his thinning hair. It happens. Hey, cat. And hi, Foxy. Greetings. Hi, Dawn. How are you healing? Seeing Nick delight in finds that are involved in things that he's interested in. All right, thank you. Yeah, I have a vast quantity of odd and disjointed hobbies. And like my father, I will acquire something and it will sit for months, years, and then the stars will align and I will just use the living heck out of it. It just takes moments. It isn't. Let me explain. The surgery worked, but my incision split back open and won't heal. So now wet packing it for a week. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Cross fingers for me. Sending good vibes your way, Dawn. Hope it cooperates this time. Me too. Me three. Dawn, I hope it heals faster than anyone expects. Hugs and all. Do bunny butt. Yes, that was just for you. There will be an indie CD creatives that play the usual bat time, usual bat channels, all stream set up. I'll get the stream set up later tonight. Excellent. I'll be in the chat, Joe. Accountability, still working on indie CD. Going to finish mowing and trimming the lawn tonight at home. Might even try to finish the park tonight before the show. Look at you. Yay, see at P tonight. Oh dear, now I need to figure out something to do tonight. Update pastry. Yum, yum, yum. Oof, how did I get behind? I missed a minute there somewhere. It happens, Dawn. It's easy to happen, Dawn. No babies? I was all set. LOL. Hooray, Leafy Moss. It's easy to miss something, Dawn. I got your babies. Literally. Years ago, I bought a ceramic squirrel. It lives in the corner of our bedroom. Yes, the squirrel. Thanks for the odd one. Why did I buy a squirrel, one might ask? I don't know. It was cute, like 50 cents. Exactly. I was left unsupervised at Goodwill's I Got Stuff. Actually, I've been on a book buying bender of late looking for more useful texts. Like a while ago, Reader's Digest did a series on the strange and the absurd or something like that. And I am slowly collecting those hardbounds. And I found the DK like eyewitness books, which Xander adores. I had to close the barn door when I went in to keep the cats from getting in there when I wasn't looking. I understand. Honey's cigar boxes were from Donna. Well, Donna, thank you. They are. I would grab them, but that would require leaving the room, and I don't know if I want to find my way back. Happy belated birthday, Chris. So you can watch the Cryptid Safe. Stupid thumbs, indeed. You are fine, Don. Yes, she is. There they are, my babies. That would be fun, seeing Don dressed as Georgette. Oh, I might not survive Don dressing like Georgette. Still my beating heart. Maybe next year I will pay homage to Nick's. Ooh. It's all coming together, yes. More prep time, yes. Hey, Kat, how are you healing up? And hey, Rich, shuffle by liking. Third trip to the gym before I work out this AM sore. New filter for the large laser had arrived and had been swapped out. I actually bought two and got two for the small laser. Two. Excellent. Morning, Rich. Hey, Rich. Hey, Rich. Richie. Okay, guys, I am like caught up. I'm going to run an ad real quick, and then I'm going to get doing some art because I'm a little farther behind on the art than I want to be. And I have just the ad to run. I just have to figure out. There it is. Alrighty, and we do that. I'm sorry, I just found out that it was 10 years ago today my desk was all set up for when I was working as a teacher's aide, teacher's assistant. And, the start of getting Dulu set up and Bob the Skull, and it just, seeing the pictures of that desk just takes me back a bit. Let me see. Yeah, it's not really coming over, but that was my actual desk when I was a teacher's assistant. I had this little setup. See if you guys can see it in the little window. Yeah, it's cute days. Dude Thulu, what's he got? Oh, he's holding my razor. He usually has a scepter of power, but every so often his scepter disappears and I have to go to Starbucks and get another stir stick. I made him a little snap room hat. Great times. But we're going to run some highly energetic particles. We're going to check these comments. And we're going to say, greetings for Rich. Oh, I forgot the volume. Wow, that's loud. There we go. That's about where it normally lives. Sorry about that, guys. Richie. Most stuff unpacked from StompCon. Finally still have to get them arranged. Art time. Time lapse. Time to dive into work and be productive. My body is arguing with itself. Mouth wants more pastry. Tummy is like, no, we're full right now. Nick, art now. The old man has spoken. And happy belated birthday to Chris. I am healing up quite nicely. Thanks for the asking. I signed up for another month of PT. We'll be going back to work in November if all goes well. That is wonderful, Kat. Thanks, Dawn. I have just under 300 birthday greetings and wishes as of this morning. People are still posting on my Facebook page. It's nice to be thought of. Nice, Kat. Kat, we will keep you in our thoughts, as well as Dawn. And glad you're doing better, Kat. Cool. Okay, so I'm still working on the Leafy Moss folder, but that will be one I just worked on. So we're going to do that. I'm going to save where we are here. And let's just get grooving. It looks like everything is finally settled into the mood. Oh, God. I'm so ready. It is October 1st, so we will be, what's the date? It will be the 6th. October 6th. Okay, we'll start very classic on this one. Airbrush. You get a big old airbrush somewhere around 200. 200 is a good size. And let's just go a little deeper blue than what I've been running. It's the strange time of year where the fields have been harvested and the corn sharks have to go into hiding. I was hoping they'd last a little bit longer, but many of them migrate to the corn mazes in the area to feed on the unwary tourists. I'm trying to figure out how my weekend's going to be because I may be going to the Fowler Flannel Day Festival, and I may be just going to see my parents because they're finally doing healthy enough that they can be visited. I'm excited about that. What do we have? The Bad Hammer swings heavily over here. Well, thank you, NBC. Hips are interesting. They usually have you up and walking. Knees are trickier. Can be grabbed for Mongo. I have a story from when I was a substitute teacher that is entitled Mongo and the Chihuahua. I broke up several fights as a substitute teacher. And one of them was between a no, I don't care. Go away. You're not sponsoring this. You want to give me like high-end stuff? We'll talk. But there was this. I had a student, and I've actually called him Mongo. Mongo was not the brightest fellow, but he had a heart of gold, and he was strong. And what I mean strong, he had this habit of helping people park straighter by just picking up part of their car and moving it over. It was his public service. But I don't think I can tell this story. This will have to be a green room story. And I just hear Xander, who's probably upset because he can't find a spoon. Yes? One moment, folks. It looks like I'm going to run a commercial. So we'll just take a breather and we will run a commercial. Actually, let's support the Sisters to the Hook because they're awesome. Make yourself some toast. Yeah. You can do that too after the show. Because that's going to update. Sorry, guys, it'll be just a quick second. Okay? Because the big update's coming, so we can fix that after. No, Stuart, you can't come in. No, you can't come in. You've had a tummy ache. You good then? Okay, I'm going to do my show. If you need anything else, politely come ask. Alrighty, back to work amid parental threats. Oh, that's a good one. I like how those clouds, happy, goofy clouds. Yeah. And folks are saying, good morning to you, Xander. Okay, so, yeah, I like these clouds. We're going to add a layer. And in this layer, we're going to do a couple things. I'm going to come here, grab my thick oil paint. And let's see. There's been a request, so way up there. No, I don't like that shape. I'm going to redo that shape. There we go. Riding the thermals, we're going to put just a little bit. An eagle or a hawk. Looks kind of like a red tail, way up there, man. What else? We'll put a bird of prey up there. Make it red tail. I know it's tiny, but that can go up there. And so I had thought about having a water one, but I could. Do I want to do mirroring? I don't know. We'll see. I just know that eagle is very important. I'll come back here. We'll come back to about 40 for the larger setup. And I'm going to come like so. And then we're just going to go something good to this. I almost hate covering up that much of the clouds, but that's what the picture requires. There we go. Now we'll come back here. We'll regain the darkness that we've lost just a bit. Do a little bit of this. Give it a little inlet or a bay. I'm a big fan of inlets and bays. I forgot to turn the music back on. Reminds me of Tennessee when I was a child on my swing set looking up at the sky. Don, I will find anything for you that I can. And yes, apparently there's a great hope to get Dawn to cosplay as Georgette. And I think that's a beautiful thing. That means both you and the character concepts you've come up with are well loved. See, there's a lot of love in the chat. Dawn says that Dan is well loved. I'm just throwing these. I'm not even sure. I'm kind of establishing some shapes. This is kind of borrowed. No, that's not quite right. This is borrowed from a lot of views that I've had over the years. But, I tend to use the same few tools that I really like to do what I'm doing. And I'll get to about 50. That's good. This is going to be a good one for just, so you know what, I want to put a bit of, yeah, we're going to put some green on there. I'm just going to give it another layer. That way I have more freedom to mess around. So I'm going to do that. Oh, that's a little too deep. There we go. Now, like I said, a lot of this is going to get covered up. I'm okay with that. I just want some green poking out. So it's not just muddy forest bottoms. Although who doesn't love hanging out in the muddy forest bottoms? I still want to rock a lot of that yellow though. That middle yellow. There we go. Get so many trees up here. I am just ready for the panorama to start. And see, that's why I wasn't too worried. The green's more of a guideline. And I am just going to lightly distance paint this whole thing. There are going to be a lot of happy little poofs. This is another one of those seeing the world as my nearsighted self sees things. But I think it's appreciated. I think it serves well. Let's see. Yesterday was Emmy's 16th anniversary from when she told me she had stage 4 breast cancer. That woman is my hero. Thanks to everyone that supports her with love. And there was an eagle's nest in a very tall tree at the edge of the woods across from the creek from our house. See them circle in the sky so far up, they were almost pixels against the blue and white. Oh, I love that. Oh, we grew up. I grew up that way, but we had more. If it wasn't eagles very often, it was usually either red tails or buzzards, turkey vultures, which I always found pretty. So I'm not really bothered by it. But for me, because I grew up living very near a certain national forest at the time. Actually, I think it was a wildlife reserve, but because this has been a while, it was one of those full-on no trespassing wildlife reserves. But it was also a blue heron rookery, and that meant we had blue herons constantly, and they are beautiful, majestic, very, very large birds. So yeah, the birding life where I grew up was very good. I actually have more eagles now because if someone were to visit, there's a good chance on the right day, if they were lucky, they would get to see the bald eagles that live just down 41 from me. Next to the sheep farm, which I'm sure makes the owners so very happy. About having, massive apex predator birds right living in the tree right next to the pond. Every color over this will be fun. I just do that. Where the lambs and such are living. Yeah, I'm just gonna color over this whole situation. in a lot of ways, and it's going to be good. We're going to just get coverage, and I know I forgot to turn the music on. I don't want to lose track of where I'm rocking to. Gonna rock onto Electric Avenue. Oh, gotta get the music. And we support Emmy even if we haven't met her yet. And Trey has, well, Trey is special. Trey is honestly one of the most special people I have ever had the privilege to know. And when I say I'm quite willing to take a bullet for her, she's high on that list. Before I met Trey, I had never really had a friend like her. I am still constantly shocked of what kind of people Trey and Joey consistently show themselves to be. Do this. Do this. What I'm doing is I am matching roughly the line. Not perfectly, but I need an idea that goes where, because I'm going to do some clever things. If I can pull it up. And we're going to see if I can get just a bit of reflection on it. No guarantees, it might not work as well as I would like. But I'm really regretting not doing this on a separate layer, so I don't have the concern, but we're going to come here. And we are going to get a nice size blur. Just going to lightly bend and stretch the color just a bit. I'm trying to deliberately get that streak of feel. We're just gonna do a bit of this, get it, I will need it. Oh, one moment. We'll be right back after another word from these sponsors while I deal with this.
In 1948, a man was found dead on the beach. But he hadn't just washed up. Oh no, he was very nicely propped up against the seawall, very well dressed. But there were no labels in his clothes. They had all been cut out. Very mysterious, the police thought. And then they found, rolled up in his pocket, a piece of paper from a novel that said Tamam Shud. When they finally traced it, it came back to the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. But it got even more strange, because in the back of the book, when they found that it had been torn out of, there was a code, a secret code that has not been cracked to this very day. When they finally found his suitcase, it had a mysterious jumble of items, some which were very hard to explain. Also in the back of the book was the phone number of a very mysterious nurse. What did she have to do with the death of the Somerton man? Find Death and Love Down Under, a novel by Carl Witzman, on Lulu nevermindthetfurthermore.com in both ebook and print format.
All right, guys. Sorry for that slight delay. It's like the joys of being a dad means occasionally I have to stop my program and there we go. That's not too bad. Well, that's actually that washed it out too much. Let's undo that. There we go. Trying to get this to look how I want, and sometimes it doesn't cooperate. And sometimes it does. And it's just a matter of figuring out what it's going to take to get what I want. And playing with the substances. I am just having one of those days where things are not quite how I want them to be. Trying to get there though. That's not bad. How's it looking? Not bad. Not my favorite. Not bad. I almost regret man, I've got some strange colors going on. Let's just do a little bit of this. Doing the blend technique, but we're getting there. And that's the thing. You're going to work on stuff and you're going to go, oh, I don't like how that's going. And you're going to figure out what you have to do to get it to do what you want it to do. And then once you start to get the techniques down, and you start to get the look you're looking for, honestly, I'm not liking it. So what I'm going to do, airbrush, clear. I'm just going to soften it. Yes, that's my, well, like that. There we go. It was too harsh. I was overthinking it. Now what I did is essentially use the airbrush and the once I had it blended out, I used the airbrush with the transparency to literally dilute the image, allowing me to get a bit more of the control I felt I needed. I'm just stretching this into that little cove there. That's not bad. It just took swapping out and getting the now let's see if I can do this right. There you go, fingertip. I can go very large. Just hold everything just a bit. So, and I'm using very little pressure. So I can start to get that stretch down. So I can play with the light of it. And it just pulls it down. We'll just kind of let the colors do what they need to do. And if the color isn't doing what it needs to do, maybe it needs some for a friend, maybe it needs some backup. That happens. We don't stress. Today is definitely going to be a very chill sort of day. And I think I'm just going to swap songs on us right there. New Orleans Mud. And, well, thank you. Let's see. Can I find where I was? Pretty special. And can I interrupt and say no mulligans, multiplayers? You can. Naturally, I forgot to record the time lapse, even though I was reminded, because I got a big part of what stuff was, even though Trey, I just met Emmy and Regina, we all act like we've known each other forever. That's how friends go. Great autumn scene. Thank you. Friends are like that. You know, early on, at each other's to school. Nice thought. 2 ads in one day. Oh, yeah, the ads are going to get rotated quite a bit today. And Lynn has just complimented Colors Lord. Thank you. LOL. Please don't apologize for being a good father. I thank you. It should be on the tray table. And indeed, I have to do dad stuff now, so you understand. Guess who keeps forgetting they have a CT scan tomorrow? Just checking on some spots. Since if they haven't changed from last time, we will be okay. So we do what we have to do. I have to do mom stuff occasionally. I need to learn more about transparency. It really is understanding, and I find I use a lot of the devices. I use a lot of the devices as literally simulations for real digital work. So it makes it easier. I think when I think of spraying using an airbrush to spray down with the water. Good. You have lots of cereal to choose from. Maybe Marshmallow Maybes. You haven't had that in a while. Anyway. Once I realized that, it's just understanding it's the tools. And playing. I don't understand why we have this fixation. Actually, I do. Work is the process of control and employment, that is. It's not just personal, but social control. And so it tries, our systems try to normalize a lot of it, but I don't think it should normalize it. People learn best by playing with no consequences, just messing around. That's one of the great things about digital art. If I don't like this layer, I could just be like, boop, and it's gone, and I'm right back to where I was. But it just boils down to playing with the tools, not being afraid to get messy, not being afraid to make a mistake, because the cost of error is so low. That's pretty good. I think this is one where I'm getting close to overworking it. I don't want to do that. And I really kind of like the raw openness of the systems. Usually I would put more layers, but this one just kind of feels nice and far out. And the emptiness is a character. I don't know if that makes sense. Don, that's good if you forget. Get back rather than stretching. Carl has point. Doesn't help. Worry doesn't help anything usually. I have to go to the corner store. Be back. And 9 likes. What does it take to get 10 likes around here? I don't know, but I'm going to do what I can to, amuse and appease. So I think we're going to just call this one right here. Let's save it as Autumn Eagle Flight. Sure. I can save that. And realize I forgot to sign it. I want to get better about signing my stuff. I tend to neglect signing my own stuff. Which is a flaw of mine. Alrighty, and we're just gonna real quick save that again. So I just did that, and let's go. We're gonna put a single layer in TNG. This is just a nice. I just like it. It's just kind of a chill. This is something I could revisit as a neat background layer. And it gives you coach's disease. That's why John Madden quit coaching so early and became a commenter. Coaching disease, aka ulcers and stress. Yes, I have had horrific ulcers, which should not surprise anyone. Nevermind the Furthermore. That is not our usual font. I like that font. It's very comfortable reading for me. But we use papyrus in these parts, usually, unless we're getting extra spooky. So let's go all the way down. I keep scrolling past it there. Okay. Yeah, sometimes it's nice to just put the logo in the forefront. Sometimes. There we go. I'm just liking the vastness of this image. Want me to double check the date for 6? Okay. Well, that's what. No, it's not actually here, but I'll do that. There we go. Export single layer JPEG. NTF 10625. Oh, that shouldn't be capitalized. That's probably throwing it off. Boom, Laurel. Okay. And that'll be easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Eventually, I have to do a huge art dump off of my computer and just sit and post on VA till I can't see spread. But anybody have any thoughts on what you'd like to see as the next image? Yeah, save that, close that up. Along with Secret Meyer Sunday shopping runs, Carl, an opportunity for nice views early in the morning. I had ulcers until I learned Zen and self-hypnosis. I actually will have some. I need to message you with a bit of a respectful consult, because I have a problem in that I have a friend who has been using some manipulation techniques and then gaslighting it caused him trouble. And I want to help this guy more than I have, but I don't want to also arm him with new techniques. Underwater art venture. Okay, we've got Witches on a Chewing Hat, Underwater Art Venture. Ooh. See, I actually have not done the beach edits that I've really do. So you're really putting up a challenge. I love that concept. I love the way that concept feels. But for this, I'm going to need a base. I'll take this color, but we're going to go to the color wheel, which I wish I could zoom. Unfortunately, I can't. Yes, gaslighting is absolutely vicious. It's a horrific habit. Oh, I know how long it is. It's going to be easier. There are lots of ways to get the same effect, but in this case, I may, yes, I know this is shocking. I'm looking at gradients deliberately. Let's see. Oh, if I do it that way, I'm going to come on. I'm trying to remember the tools. I don't have to use tools in a while. Yes, it's gradient. But, perfect. Yes, I willingly used a gradient. But we want underwater, so that's easiest to accomplish with a nice, reliable gradient on this one. And, yeah, see, that's the problem. There's been a feedback loop of constant buying their own BS and some real aggrandizing issues. In the case of veteran therapy, I tell them pick that up with your pro. But this is actually coming out real. Oh, I love when I get that almost, almost intoxicated feel when I'm weaving my way across. I need a certain kind of softness. That'd be real fun. This should be fun. That should win second layer. So much of my early digital work was on older programs on old boxes that really didn't have much power to them. So I got used to working with very few layers and being very careful how I use them. And that's not necessarily the best thing. Now, again, this is one of those where it's not that I am painting in such a way that it's actually impressionistic or anything. It's that I am nearsighted and I spend a lot of time, or I used to, better days, spend a lot of time underwater. So now we have this fish tank kind of effect. Um, it was some of the most, were chasing the light ideas that are remarkably difficult to put into words. But a lot of times the algae and the stuff that grows on the bottom of the river, it has this flux. So when you're looking through the water with your eyes open, especially if you don't have goggles on. I'm sorry you guys are having difficulty with the specifics of narcissism. And, gaslighting. In this case, these guys on a list of people that I would love to recommend certain books to, because it's like, this is what you're doing. The problem that I find with it is, I don't want to accidentally arm them with new technique, because I hate the term dark psychology, but on some level, if I told this guy, you're doing exactly this is the mechanics of how you're doing it, this is what it causes, please stop, the back of his mind's likely to intake that as a skill set. And that's, lots of delusions, lots of attacking, lots of give me advice, but I don't want, but not the advice that I actually probably need. This makes me want to go to Soldiers Memorial Park in Fort Indiana. And I used to love going up there. I have not gone swimming more than once this year. I cried very early on, and I had a violent nerve pressure reaction. It really caused me a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, and I almost felt it to return, which stinks because for many years, being underwater was the only place that the pain actually could. And man, am I getting mileage today out of the airbrush tool. But these guys look like trout, which do not belong where I just described it. But how does it look? Oh, it's not bad. We're getting there. Well, I'm glad the cats are being so quiet. But yeah, there are two things I get really kind of down on a little bit. But in this game, the ability to background and some fish, it is such a small thing to ask. I'd be lying if I didn't say that one hurts a bit. It really does. Just need something. Just need something. This is deep. This feels, let's see, for the light to be refracting that way, it feels like it would be, well, not deep. 6, 8 feet of water. I rarely go beneath 15 feet because that's the first pressure my ears start to be annoyed with me. But let's see if I add another layer, and mix some of soft white. I'm going to take a light yellow. Going to try. I used too much yellow on the bottom. This, I'm going to go right into it. Needs to be bit, there we go. Bit more brown. Oh, well, a bit. So that when I come back here, I use my soft yellow. The chance that possibly the wave lines from the top. That one needs to be a little, needs to be much larger, much softer. I'm chasing the look of water and light under the water. Absolutely one of my things, my work. That's a little too aggressive. Come back to the light layer, and you'll see me do this. You'll see me, especially when I'm in kind of a flow state, which is part of why I love art so much, is when I can get in that flow state, the world just looks it needs it. Healthy eating, not sponsored, but at Moon Pie, looking up. A mermaid. Oh, see, I'm trying to figure out how I'd want to do that. Because if I threw a mermaid in there, I also was going to throw a turtle. I don't think a mermaid's going to work well with this image without taking over the whole concept. And I don't know if I want to do that. Add a layer and put one of those multiply layers. Very light. Very large. This. I just need to play a bit with the gradient. So even if I can't see the lattice layer on top. Okay. Add another normal layer. Where would I put it? Yeah, see, I'm not sure a mermaid would fit well in this. No, I'm sorry. As much as I normally would throw a mermaid in, this one's a little too naturalistic. It's almost done. I'm torn because part of me really wants to add some minnows. but getting the minnows to look right. It's not working well. Do the tail of a mermaid. Just off camera. No, the merman would clutter the image too much. The merman clutter the image too much. Because if I'm doing something like that, you have to be very dedicated to that. I'm going to be honest, I think I like it like this, just about as is. I keep trying to add to it, and it keeps feeling like the more I add to it, the less it feels right. So I can do stuff with mermaid, something I often do, but I think I'm going to leave this one actually exactly as is. It has a very... I will save that so I have access to that version. But it has a very... This is specific to a feeling and things I've actually seen and done. So this one doesn't need that fantasy element for this one. Besides, if I'm doing a merman situation, I think I want to do it a little different. But we can stay aquatic, and I might play with Merfolk in a sketchy picture. Say, Let me do it. Yeah. Because this just reminds me what I would draw if I drew something. I almost wish I could animate this and then have just like Xander come rolling across. But let's see, we can export this in the way NTF 10 8 25. I can rename it later. Yep. And I just wow, I got so distracted with the merman discussion, I forgot to actually never mind my Furthermore. And I don't want Century School Buffet. I want the play. Come back. Oh, go home where the wind blows. Go. If you ever wonder what heaven looks like, oh, thank you. Thank you. Heaven like this is NTF 8. Wow, I'm going back in time. 10, 6, 24. Save this and overlay. There we go. That's there. Save this. Hide this. So I feel like something didn't work right. Set this up like this. Okay. The other thing is now this feels like a really great background. Yeah, it does. It has that Bass Pro Shops aquarium. That's what that's what it felt like when I was doing the underwater photography. I need to find my old camera stuff. But we need one of these. And close this up. And I'm going to run pause. I'm going to run a bit of an ad. And I am open for new ads if people are interested in submitting them. Because, frankly, I could use more. And I could use a few longer ads because I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to run Amy's, and I'll be back. Actually, no. I'm going to run Brian's, and I'll be back in just under a minute.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho. Santastein, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
cat. Okay. Well, we'll deal with you when you jump on my head. Ah, chaos! It's easy to disrespect my surroundings. They disrespect me. Now, yes, I hear you. I'm switching to a chill song. Dangerous chill song, but chill. At some point, I'm going to be cat ambushed. Let's see. Other suggestions that floated me around. Good luck. Now, so there were requests. Give me a second, because I'm going to use pose reference, which my phone is absolutely full of. And I am looking for a very specific image I saw go by so I can get the reference right. Well, I already used that pose. I love that pose, but I use that pose. I love that pose, but that won't work for a mermaid. And it will work for a witch, but not a mermaid. I am looking for a very specific set of posing. And I obviously cannot show you this because, while none of this would be considered inappropriate for, standard viewing, some of these poses are a bit racy for other. I'm never sure which my audience is. I am looking for a specific pose that will jump out at me. Although, don't know why those pictures are there, but okay, cool. Sometimes I accidentally take screenshots I didn't mean to take. Hi, Stuart. How are you, sir? And this is one of those parts of being an artist where they don't tell you just how much time you're going to spend looking through your poses that you've acquired, going, and why aren't you in uniform? Keep catching the blunders. I found it, and it decided to just jump randomly. That's not it, is it? That is. Okay. Nice forlorn. Okay, yeah, I can make that work. Because there's a lot of mermaid talk and witch talk. So let's see what we can do here. Actually, I kind of want to pencil this guy. And we're going to grab a nice blue. We'll use blue as a starter. We're just very lucid flying. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Oh, thank you for that. I might be able to integrate that one. Yes, guys, this is not proper construction. This is a loose gesture piece. But I have to sit and do art. So there may be future art streams. Just sort of those mermaid requests. What are you doing over there? That's not your spot, sir. Okay, we are having a cat attack moment. Come here. No. Oh, are you leaving? Are you leaving? Or what are you doing? You are not having the zoomies in here, are you? Okay. Anyway. This, but clear her hair out. Like so. Definitely. That's the nice thing about like rough sketch layers. Doesn't matter. Hi. It doesn't matter what I know. Look. Is that what you want? You have been on a tear. You broke the mini, sir. You are fast approaching a 3-letter word for donkey, sir. You broke her spinning wheel. I'm going to have to super glue that. Yeah, you better. You've interrupted my show, so what we're going to do. Come here. No. Come on. Maybe there's short time. Come on. Put your butt down. Here we go. We're going to have cat interrupt us. Take a minute. We're all going to chill. And we're going to interrupt my show once again for cat interrupt. Yeah. Broke out again. That's okay. Here's my arm back. No, where are we going? You're not walking on the keyboard. Walking on the keyboard is not permitted. Okay? Cat control. Okay? Okay. Hi. Do you have access to the brain cell at all today? Is there any brain cell left? What? No, you can't have my moon pie. Moon pies are not for cats. Those are for people. That is my moon pie. I know you're interested in it, but you can't have my moon pie. Okay. Do you need to be... No, you can't have my moon pie. Sir. Yeah, cats are people. But that's my people, moon pie. Cat. Can't have my... Oh. Chemical warfare. Alright. Get my Michigan C. Come out, cat. You either cuddle nice or you're getting deported. Okay. Get the pets. I know. I was horrible. I left yesterday. And I'm going to leave today because I have a mission to want to get to accomplish. Yeah. But later, we're going to read stories and cuddle down. And there'll probably be popcorn. And we'll read about Grey Mall. Can you like reading about Grey Mall? If Boots wasn't already named. Or Moon Pie. Okay. You've wreaked havoc. No, you are fine, Dan. You haven't done you've done... Dan, I have seen the commentary of what's been going on. I've just been kind of catified, and I wasn't sure you wanted it brought up. But no, you are in a safe space. And as long as people are being civil, people can vent their emotions here, can't they, Kat? Because it's normal for people to be angry about things they can't control when it's negatively impacting someone they love. That's literally the worst thing a man can do, is the thing we are all hardwired to do, which is self-isolate. In times of anger or grief, well, for too long. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long. We'll need somebody to lean on. Lean on me. Okay, I have to do my show. That means you have to go and harass the boy. Go on. Go harass the boy. The boy needs harassment. Go on. Yeah. Good cat. Okay. The chaos. Disorder. Okay. Hi, what's up?
Oh,
I was just ejecting the cat.
I heard you go back in your study.
Yeah,
Are you still struggling?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm so sorry for interrupting.
You're fine.
It just makes it look like that you're on vacation in there.
I'm not on vacation. I'm just
like the guy in the potty.
the guy in the. Oh no. Okay, I'm not. Explain. It looks like we're on vacation. We went to the gas station and we were going to use the bathroom, and a gentleman decided to just basically take a very long time messing around on his phone in the bathroom, apparently. And I said something about him being on vacation. No, this is my job, bud. When I'm streaming, I'm working.
But I've been seeing lots of live streams on everyone's channel that were so long.
They are. And my art stream is my longest scheduled stream of the day, of the week. I have to do 3 pictures minimum. Now, I'm working on my 3rd picture right now. Do you want to put your nuggets and fries in?
No, I just want to change my skin in Minecraft.
Oh, that's what's wrong. You want to change your skin in Minecraft. Well, it's going to be possibly another hour. Between a half hour and an hour. And then you can change your skin on Minecraft. And the only reason we have to wait is because there's a big Minecraft update. Okay, bud? But I am live streaming. And I have a lot of nice people who are watching. Right now I have 8 of them who are kind enough to watch and share my show around. And they want to watch me do art. So do you think I can do some art for a while, pal?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. I don't kiss the girl. Yeah. No, thank you. Well, I'm glad that this is a sacred space for you. I'm glad that you feel. But like I said, part of the big problems I think we have in the world today is that we treat necessities like sins and sins like necessities. I think we need to realize that being angry is not necessarily a justification, but it is a valid emotion. And especially for men of certain generations, it's one of the few emotions we're allowed to express without societal pressure, or they don't take our man card away. Modern society has this weird, and frankly, it's creepy that men aren't permitted to have the same emotions as women and as people in the past. People used to be able to cry. They used to be able to love in more ways than I think we want to admit, because platonic love, filial love, things like that aren't discussed. And I'm not sure why. Certainly love for everyone, that's almost never discussed. Like how this is coming out. I haven't quite. It's like I know she has the separate sleeves. Drawing a toad from behind is not easy. But we need to be able to express ourselves, and you can't be expected to control yourself if you don't express the emotions. So whatever you need to do here, well, remember, even using Spock and the Vulcans as a metaphor, and as someone who very much wanted to be Spock in my youth. Excuse me. One of these. I know I'm starting to buckle out, but I want to figure something. That works. That works on the bottom. I have to figure out the top of this dress, but the Vulcans aren't actually. You think about how they were depicted. They also had huge, gigantic emotions that they were always having to control. Every so often they'd cut loose. Express yourself to repress yourself, yes. Now, this is something I understand incredibly because, for example, Alexander is very keyed to my emotions. And shock, gasp, horror, occasionally I can have a bad day, or I can be cranky. And he will absolutely feed off of that, and he'll get angry or behavioral because of it. So I have to constantly keep and observe my my surroundings and my emotions, because he's there and he has a lot of my sense of empathy, but he doesn't have the maturity to control the energies in it. So we just have to do our best with what we have. And yes, especially when you are spend a period of time where, for whatever reason, you are emotionally stabilizing the adults in your life, not the other way around, Philip. I have noticed that is almost a uniform aspect in a lot of the people with which I associate. Let's go. I'm going to put some edge water. I like freshwater mermaids. And I like witches. So we're getting a mermaid witch. And we're liking it. I think we're liking it. Give her some bangly jewelry around her tail parts. I think that would be really cute. Kind of a lace up thing. That actually looks really cute. Okay. She's gonna need other markers of where she is. I'm going to do some of this. And I'm going to do one of these. No, it's not easy being green. It's not easy. I don't think the mud mermaids were nearly as cute as this one is. But these things happen. Okay. I think that's good enough that I can start inking probably. Sometimes Green Room needs to be therapy week. And I need to munch this, so I'm going to run an ad. Let me get where I can pause the music. Oh, that's the sounds. And let's run an ad.
Hello, I'm Dan Hallfield. I'm the senior editor and publisher of Abelian Webzine, the world's oldest free creative writing e-zine since 1997. Since then, we have helped over 500 amateur writers learn what they needed to turn pro. www.apelion-webzine.com and read not only what we've got going on right now, but 28 years worth of our archives of stories. Thank you very much.
Okay. Doing the fat guy happy dance because I got to inhale my moon pie. I need to wrap this picture up pretty quickly. But this was a very painterly stream. I think I'm going to switch back to Zero. I really do like that pen. It's either Zero or the good pen. Let me see. Am I feeling the good pen? There's a scrunchiness, or am I feeling Zero? I am feeling Zero, but I got to pull that way down. Yeah, feeling Zero. Okay. Cool. Alrighty. Now, about this point, I'm going to realize that I really would prefer a slight couple changes. So we're going to bring that chill music back because it actually was helping me focus. I cannot overstate the awesomeness of Dan Hallfield's music. You're not bringing everyone down. You're not. And y'all are family, so I feel entirely too comfortable. Well, you should be comfortable. We've worked very hard. From here, I need to lighten this way up. There we go. You should feel comfortable because we're your family. I care about you, Dad. Found family is just as important, if not more important, than bloodline. And one of the hardest things for people who usually spend their time helping is accepting the fact that not only do you get help, you get to have help, but you aren't letting anybody down by seeking and receiving help and comfort. Okay? And this one was almost made it a grand magic party. She's not full now. Now I'm just calming. Now, I am considering, depending on how much art I feel I need to get done. Oh, damn. That is something I am intimately acquainted with. And that's why you need to be able to speak. That's why you need to be able to have safe spaces for discussion. Like this, like the green room, like my chat, or my DMs. Sometimes you just need a safe place, no matter how strong you are, to set your burden down a second. I don't believe you're letting yourself do that nearly enough. Oh, basics. But okay. Looks like I'm going to have a very active day after this. But that's so catchy. Ah. In the mood. Honestly, I'm very much in the mood for a well-placed nap. But a good nap, wow, the solution for great many problems. It would, at this point, cause me problems. I think that's done before. I can call it a day. I don't like. There's a part of this line that's like lying to me. So we're just going to do this. There we go. All right, let's. I just yes, I can. I'm just gonna hide that hand. I haven't hit a hand in a while. I'm loud. I may change it as I work. It wouldn't be the first time. But right now I'm hiding this. Like that's not thinking about it. I will just get her toes slumpy and dumpy. Okay. So, let's see, how is this looking at a distance? That's coming together pretty nice. I went a little far afield, but I wonder where the oops, that is not cooperating. There we go. Like close sections as I see them. I have to work with half. Way I want. That'll come up. This is a lot more cartoony than some of my other work. Well, that's okay too. I have different styles. Dan, you're a human being. I think you might be projecting. Oh, thank you. Okay. But I think you might be projecting your fears. Yeah, you gotta let it go somehow, my friend. And I know lately you've been through a lot with, the feeling swooped on your own property. But it also means you've got to, open up to folks who need to hear such things and be there. Being angry does not make you a bad person. It makes you an angry person. And like any other emotion, it can help or hinder depending on what you do with what it provides or offers. And you were talking to somebody who loves a good righteous indignation. I mean, justified fury? Oh, yes. But my eyes are a little sore. The idea that it's not safe to let out. No. It's definitely safe to let your emotions out. You just have to do it in a way that is safe. Because it's necessary. If you do not give yourself the time to heal from mental trauma, just like physical traumas, your body and mind will decide on their very own when it would be convenient for them to absolutely, as the kids say, crash happy, to break bad, etc., etc. Now, who's coming out well? Perfect. The key is simply coming out well. I like that. Oh, that one's open. Let's add another layer of blend mode multiply just to be safe. So, nope. There we are. There we are. That helps. Nope. You're going to have to close that up. That's okay. Come back here. Go back to work. Right now, working is closing up the lines that don't want to close properly. Oh. So I could just go boop boop. Maybe boop boop. Yeah, I don't know where it's at, but that's the term boop. Yeah. You look black, any hard black, let's get that out. I don't know, fighting through the wariness. Get the job done. Trying to get the details on them. There we are. Yes, we like that. Maybe, yeah. Let's just how about on a lake? Spend some time out hiking. Just you and some peace. I like to sleep in the car, yes. Let's see, before I got retired, I walked around the factory, empty places, and scream it out of my system. Now I keep it closed off. That is what you can't do. That's why splitting wood is wonderful. Maybe a pair of boxing gloves and a heavy bag. Absolutely. Scream in the car, go for a ride, and crank some angry music and yell along. They should buy a boat and go fishing. On an empty lake, I could get myself scream and not get arrested. Yes, I love the boat idea. I miss fishing and would love to have a boat someday. Boats are cool. And let's see, we are. Oh, I need to. Do some. Yeah. First hot dog. First corn dog. Anyway. Whoa! Oh. I'm okay. Close this up real quick. This stuff over. This side. Oh. Now it looks like she's in a nice wooded area. Up a little higher. Not bad. Really good. Not bad at all. Tree background and some shrubbery. Oh, get up and move around. And we need to wake up because that music is so chill. Living room karaoke is my jam. Absolutely. I checked into buying British Canal boat to take on my retirement savings. Oh, that's cool. Play Crowd Pound and Grave. I'm subscribed to dozen canal boat bloggers. Then again, sometimes I envy them, but then again, there are people who envy me. But it's great when you need to get angry. Get the angry out. Yes, it is. I'm less good at sculpture unless you count building things out of wood. Yes, it does count. However,
It's time to scan, that is the plan, with Carl and Dawn to catch a fawn or unicorn. We're so forlorn, we got a cap, so here's our rep. Munsey, we want to Munsey, because we want some points and funny badges with our modern cell phone gadgets. Munsey, we've got to Munsey. Download that app and help us cap, and you can play it too. Munsey is good exercise, good for your heart and for your thighs. Dawn is such a lovely lass. Come on, Dawn, get off your Munsey. We want to Munsey, because we want some points and funny badges with our modern cell phone gadgets. Munsey, we got to Munsey. Download that app and help us cap, and you can play it too.
okay. Now, I didn't sleep well last night, and I am feeling it today. But that helped. It was energizing. Alrighty. Got this nice bit of poofy trees back here. Let's just do some of this. Let's do this. Because, like I said, there aren't enough swamp and bog mermaids in the world, and I think that needs to be adjusted. Let's see. I need to adjust some of these. Yeah, it's a little cheap for what I'm doing. So, oh, that's tempting, but no, I'm not going to use any of that. Okay, we're going to do it the hard way. What do we want to work on? How many, like, I have to look at how I want to do this one. So, we're going to add a layer, make it a multiply layer. Haven't quite figured out the lighting in this either. That's part of what's making this such a strange one. Oh, okay, I got it. That would make life functional. Just have to see. Actually, I'm curious. I am absolutely curious. I go here and I flood. Oops. There. Now, come right here. And we're going to airbrush some green. I need white. So, and then I can come back with the green. Just like so. And then I wonder if I can I just use this layer to make it just a little easier on me? Because it's like not as bright on my eyes, at least. Nope. Literally all the screen. Yeah, that's actually helping a lot. So we're just going to leave that like that. Oh. So, oh, now we're getting somewhere. Much more chill, much more working at it. I think I made the mistake of putting the the sleepy song on, and I made the mistake of. Okay, you need to be colored. That's fine. Oh, oh, no, the light. And let's see what color I want to make her dress. That's open. That's working on that, but. You're starting to see the water. I thought about making her green. Let's see, do I like that? Actually, I kind of do. I kind of do. Oh, let's see what we have on. There we are. We just need to close this part up. We'll just outline it real quick. Pop it like we're scanning it. There we go. Oh, Buster must be back in the area. He's alive. So, glad to hear that. There we go. Now, how's our witch looking? Our witch is looking nice. We'll do this with her hair. We'll match. I think she's going to be a little samey. That's okay. Nope, can't do it that way either. Okay. Or the opening is. Well, erase here. Well, use the wrong layer because I'm on a flats layer mostly. There we go. This is coming along quite nice. And I know this is a very chill, very quiet run. But I think I know I needed the chill quiet for a minute. And I will try to catch back up on your comments just as soon as I can. But right now, I'm doing something rather important. I am painting a bug. Let's see. Oh, I've missed quite a few comments because I got into the groove. Let's see. Wood burning is her hubby's joint. That's really impressive. He makes chairs. Chair. I journal while I'm angry. I do voice dictation. Wow. Actually taught people how to build bookshelves. To me, that's a bit like breathing. Well, yeah, I mean, you have so many books. I'm jonesing for some more bookshelves in my house. Me too. We're in the club. Yes. After the show, I may have to find an excuse to go to the barn where Lizzie can't hear me vent. Maybe if I move more heavy stuff around me, I could blow off steam. Exercising when you're angry is a good tool. Sounds like a plan, Dan. Can be. Just don't hurt yourself. Be careful. I'm not going to harm myself. Just a little redecorating. I'm not going to go chop wood. Outdoor wood carving. It's quite a talent that you shouldn't know you have. Indeed, Foxy. What about some meditation? I love the app Insight Timer. It has something for everyone and everything. Ooh, I have to look that up. Witchmate or Merwitch? That's a good one. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm genuinely unsure. Let's see. If I take this and go, I know what's going to happen in part. Like this. If I go like this, this should fit. And we're going to go here. Now I can fix that. Okay, you know what? I'm not even going to complain about that because I kind of like how it looks. So we'll just mea culpa that, and we will grab that and marker and just go like so. And we'll go like so. Actually, I don't want that whole chunk. That's not making sense. That shouldn't be fun. You know what? I'm not going to argue with it. If I'm not paid to argue with it, I will color pretty la 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 and knock it out that way. And it really can't stop me. Now, come over here like this and right here. Now there should be no reason for that to go. Yeah, see, that tells me it's being something's wrong. It's misbehaving. So we'll just do it this way and realize that it sometimes does choose to misbehave. Now, what is this that I can't see with ice cold hands coming over me? Oh, death. Oh, death. Won't you spare me over another year? For me. Yeah, she's very cool. Thank you. Depends on who the father is. I meditate during adult activities. Okay, so you get tantric. Haha, Foxy. Those taxonomy, father's bit goes first. Like in Likers. In that case, she would be a merwitch. Although witchmaid has, I'd say merwitch because witchmaid has other connotations that I'm tempted heavily to explore. Come over here, add one layer, multiply. Actually, I need to fix a few things down here first. Shoot. Will this work? There we go. It shouldn't be the same color though. Shoot. I can't see with the high school hands. Hang over me. Oh, death. Oh, death. Won't you spare me over another year? A little light in the water. That's getting closer to what it needs. Yep, now we're going to come over here. Yep. And we go 20. Ooh, that is the wrong color. Good idea, wrong shade. We are getting there. Now we're going to add another layer, blend mode, multiply. We are going to fill. Tantric, thank you. So I think the songwriter has that copyrighted. Sting. Or Frankie, if Frankie goes to Hollywood, possibly. Ironically, the third, Fowler, Indiana, is running Rocky Horror Picture Show. I need a dark one of that. Don't be a coward. Go. Now, if you are looking for something that would definitely work as a relief from sanity, I think the Rocky Horror Picture Show might work. Now we're playing. No, Bear Night keys up to bed. What? I could go for some rock. Yep. October 3rd at the historic Fowler Theater, they are running Rocky Horror Picture Show. I think it's part of Flannel Fest, but I can't be certain. I do not know if I'll be going. I will be going at some point to Feast of the Hunter's Moon. So that'll probably be Sunday because Saturday I am occupied. Yeah, that's too much. That'll do. Oh, yeah, the green works well on the purples. Excellent. How does it work up here? Oh, it works good. It works good. Okay, cool. Yet once again, I'm just in a crazed manner playing with light in one of my images. I want the faint glow coming off her. Do that. Do that. Throw some just lots of swamp magic around. That's not bad. Let me look at this over here. I have to look at it off of. Thank you. If I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, I'd buy a fur coat, but not a real fur coat, because that's cool. Frogs going. I have to come over here. Just do that because The idea of a glow dragonfly is too darn cool. And see, this is what happens when I'm like by myself. If I forget the chat is here, which can easily happen if I'm kind of focused. Be trying something different. What will you be trying? That light should be sitting over there a bit. Right. Now, let me see. Do I like this picture? It reaches some categories. Oh, what time? Oh, okay. Creatives to Play will be on Indie CD at 7 Central. Yes. That's what the show is, where a bunch of creatives play. No, that sounds terrible, but no. They sit and they work on their assorted projects, or we. I try not to overly do creatives that play, not because I'm not welcome, because I understand I'm welcome, but because you guys welcome me into your lives a lot, and I don't ever want to risk stepping over somebody else's comfort area. And for a few people, creatives that play is a very big, like it's their time to be on the streams. And honestly, sometimes it's nice to just sit back and be able to just, enjoy the streams. Okay, we've got another Merwitch. Alrighty. That's subtle. It's subtle. I like it. Yep. Oh, that Fox is incredibly talented, guys. Let me see. I think I can sign off on this one. I think I might be at that point. I think I can actually sign off on this one. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Okay. I like save as. Well, I wrote which? Yeah. I wrote which? Nope. And I added the E because I saw that right. Merwitch. Merwitch of the Swamp? Actually, of the Bog. No, because Bog would just tend to be a Village of the Swamp. This is a happy Merwitch of the Swamp. So we're going to do this. Bam. We're going to export. I did time lapse a single time today. I've been that out of it. That's okay. Merwitch of the Swamp. Bam. That's a good one. I am heinously pleased. Did I get my papyrus back? Nope, I'm still doing that. Man, my nose is just. Yes. I have to get on papyrus. Bam. Yeah. There's a place where a lot of us let our hair down and do crafty stuff. I was there once making a knife sheath out of raw leather. The Merwich Project. Oh, I love it. Okay, that's so good. Okay. Red text. Let's see. Did it glitch? There we go. Never mind the furthermore. And we'll just go. There we are. That looks like decent composition. Export single layer JPEG. NTF. 10. 10. 25. I think. Yes. Alrighty. I was very painterly today, but it looks like we've had some good artwork. And all the lives are recorded as they stream, so you'll get to see them on there. I don't know if there's a dedicated playlist, but yeah, there we go. I don't play with leather often enough. Wow, that sounds suggestive. Yeah, you're in the right place. Now, let's take a second and oops, get in.
Hi, I'm Auntie Foxy, and I'm a crafting addict. I make custom jewelry from recycled materials, and Foxy has wares if you have coin. You can find me at ndcd.org/about-auntie-foxy. I hope to see you there.
Alrighty, and I have one more ad I want to run because I think we're going to be wrapping it up.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel, but otherwise, I'm Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
Here and okay. Hey guys. All right, guys. Let's look at the last few comments. And thank you for playing my ad. Oh, I love playing your ad. And I'm thinking of spiderweb to keep her in her chair. That could work for Dawn in many ways. Boxy. These days I'll update that ad with more things I do. You should. Nick always plays your ad. And thanks. I try to get through. I just want to make sure that everybody gets a shot at some people who I know are not represented enough out there. And if I can do something to aid in that, I'm going to. Because that's a large part of what I'm about. But guys, I want you to keep writing and keep drawing and keep creating, because as long as you do, you can edit it, you can improve it. But you can't edit a blank page. I want you guys to know that I love you, and you should too. And to try to catch up, if you're watching especially the IndieCD network, folks, over on IndieCD, the Independent Creator Directory on YouTube tonight at like 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, my time. A bunch of the wonderful people in the chat will be doing their creating and stuff. There may, in the future, in the fairly near future, be random streams from me, either crafting, drawing, or Minecrafting to blow off some steam. In the case of any of that, I may stream only to my personal 3, not because I don't want to stream to IndieCD, but just because I don't want to overly dominate that channel. So, especially with unscheduled things, we'll have to see. But guys, thank you so much. I cannot express how much I love your support, how much I need it. And I hope that, the art I do, the goofy discussions I have, the shtick adds some joy, or at least escapism. Red Green had a segment in his show that I was ended with, remember, I'm pulling for you. We're all in this together. And I think today especially is a good day to remember that. I am pulling for you. We are all in this together. And I will see you all very soon. Toodles.